connection. Oh wait, you're good now. Go.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for joining us for another Home Talk Live. I'm Lisa, and today I'm going to show you how to use your wrapping paper that you've already got out for Christmas and the holidays in a completely different way. So we're going to make a paper Christmas tree today, and I'm going to show you how it's really easy project, but it's so cute and it looks so great in those small spaces in your house that you want just a little something extra. So we're going to jump right in, and thank you for joining us. We're coming to you from up in Ottawa, Canada, so be sure to let us know where you're coming from, where you're joining us from. And so one of the main things that you need for this project is a piece of really nice wrapping paper. So you can see I found a couple pieces here, and these were single sheet wrapping papers, and there's some kitty cats here. And the one thing you want to remember for this project, if you're going to use a roll wrapping paper, make sure that you find paper that's thick enough. So you want a fairly thick paper for this project. So I'm just going to set these to a side here. So we'll pop them down here. So this is the one that I'm going to use for this project today, and it's pretty thick, and I'm going to show you how we're going to go about making our paper tree. So the other thing we need for our tree is one of these little stump pieces, and I make wood ornaments, and these were some of the pieces left over from the ornaments. So you can just find one of these outside, or find a piece if you've got it left over in your wood pile, and that's what we're going to use for the base of our Christmas tree. So thanks for joining us. If you're just tuning in, we're going to show you how to make a paper Christmas tree today with some of your leftover Christmas wrap. And we've got a little wood piece here. It's about 3 inches high. And the other thing I need, so I just need a little stump like this for our wood tree, some paper, and a twig. And I'm going to use this one. So I'll pop those down there. Now I'm actually going to drill a hole in my base here, so just bear with me for a minute here. And you don't need it to be very deep. Just going to drop. But you just want to have a way to stabilize your little twig that you've got to make your tree. I'm going to see if that fits in, and that is perfect. And I'm okay, I'm actually going to break just a little bit of this off here. I want it a little bit shorter, so you can see. And I'm just going to pop that in my hole right down to that first knot. I'm also going to put just a little bit of wood glue in my hole. And if your hole is tight enough, you don't need to put the wood glue in, but I like to put a little bit in just to make sure it's this dries nice and tight in there.
Okay, well, we got people from the Netherlands, Ireland, all over the U.S., and one in British Columbia. Hello, everybody.
Thank you for joining
Good
us.
afternoon.
If you're just tuning in, I'm showing you how to make a paper Christmas tree with some of your leftover Christmas paper. Like I said, you want to start with a really nice thick paper. So we've got this ornament paper here, and I'm going to show you how to start cutting it so that we can build our tree. So let us know in the comments too. We'd love to know what colors you love to decorate with for Christmas. So I love these vintage colors, the reds, the Scandinavian reds, but let us know in the comments what colors you like to decorate with. And I'm going to show you how to cut your paper here. So if you have a favorite color, let us know. And I'm going to start cutting up our paper for the tree. So you want to start, and what we want to do, we want to start with bigger papers and gradually get smaller for our tree. So I'm going to start with squares, and I'm just folding my paper that are about 4.5 inches long here. And I'm going to fold my paper. I'm going to cut this. I'm actually going to fold 2 of these. So I'm just going to fold it over again. So what's your favorite color? Let's see, do we have anybody that's telling us what their favorite color is? Blue and gold is another one, or blue and silver. We'd love to know too what else you've been working on for Christmas. What kind of projects have you been working on? We've been bringing you Christmas kind of decorations each week. And so we'd love to know what else you've been working on for Christmas.
Well, people like red and green.
Red and green,
Very,
yeah.
very Christmassy.
That's a very popular Christmas one. And you can see this gorgeous paper here. I found this at a little shop that I teach classes in Ottawa called Blanca Originals, and they have the most gorgeous vintage kind of papers here.
Oh, purple. There we go.
Nice.
Good idea, guys. Purple.
I like that. I like when they're out of the box a little bit.
A little mix up.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're just joining us, I'm Lisa and Brad's behind our camera again today, so you'll probably hear him talking. So I've just folded these. You want your paper to be in squares when we're doing this. So I folded it in 4 1/2, and I'm just slicing through our paper here. So let us know too. We'd love to know where you're coming from, what other kind of Christmas decorations you've been working on this year, or holiday decorations. They don't have to be Christmas.
Well, Janie's been working on candy canes.
Oh, cute.
Like edible ones or
like candy cane decorations.
Yeah.
That's cute. Candy canes are so timeless. They're just perfect for the holidays.
Green and gold, huh, Deborah?
Green and gold, I love it. This one's got some green and you can see the cream undertone, so it's kind of that color scheme. I love the vintage look of this paper. Okay, so I'm just cutting my squares. So all in all, if you've got a nice thick paper that you're working with, you're gonna want about 50 squares of your paper. And each time we do this, each time we make a couple more, so you're gonna be between 8 and 10, you want to go down 1/2 inch or so. So these ones were 4 1/2 inch square, and I'm going to make 2 rows now that are 4-inch squares.
All right, so this is important. You went from 4.5 to 4?
Yes. Okay. So it went from 4 1/2 inches to 4. So these ones are 4. And that's just because we want our tree to have that graduated look as it goes up. So this project, it's so easy, but it's so cute to fill in all those little spots in your house where you just need something a little extra. So again, I'm just using a ruler to measure one of them, and then I just go back and forth and fold it here. What other kind of things are you guys working on for Christmas? What other kind of projects? Let us know in the comments.
Oh, lighthouses out of clay pots.
Oh, that's cute. I love
one.
lighthouses. I lived by the ocean for a long time and I love it. When I wasn't living in Canada. If you just joined us, we always come to you from up in Ottawa, Canada, so no ocean around here. Okay. So I've got these ones were 4 1/2, and there's about 8 of those. And the same here, we're gonna make 8 now at 4 inches.
What are we making, guys? We're making a Christmas tree with paper.
Yes, so this is just a great use for all of your leftover holiday wrapping paper and to bring a little of the outdoors in, so.
Oh, that's a good idea, Ashley. I mean, if you can make this tree with fabric instead of paper.
Yeah, you could.
Sweet.
The only thing with fabric, you'll need a lot more squares because I'll show you in the next step how we're gonna get some volume to our tree. And you wouldn't be able to do that with fabric. So, but you could use fabric, absolutely. You just need to make more squares.
There's a lot of crochet hats being made.
For Christmas gifts, I love it.
Also, to answer your question, the first batch that was cut was 4.5 inches.
Yeah.
And the second batch was 4, and this one?
This one is down to 3.5.
All right, 4.5, 4, and 3.5.
Yeah, so we're getting smaller each time. And we're just gonna put this little scrap to the side because I've already got some smaller ones cut. So you don't have to watch all of these. So where would you put your little tree too? If you made one of these little trees, you can see they're just kind of a perfect little size. Where would you put it? We'd love to know where you'd put it in your house.
We're making a Christmas tree out of paper and this stick right here. So like it's gonna fill out. You'll see.
So we started it with a little piece of leftover branch here, and then we put a twig in. We just drilled a hole. Yeah. If you don't have a drill, you can also just use a knife to dig out just a little indentation and then glue the end of that twig in there so it stays. And right now we're just getting our paper ready here. So at my house, I have one of these little trees. I don't have a fireplace, but I do have a wood shelf in my living room, and I like to put these little trees on it. So they're just kind of perfect bookends for the shelf. So let us know where you would put your tree. What kind of small space you would put it in. We'd love to if you would share this video if you have friends that would like to make a paper tree. Or are looking for unusual Christmas decorations. We'd love it if you could share the video. And thank you for taking the time to share it.
A Christmas tree. You guys wondering? It's gonna be a Christmas
There you go.
tree.
Yes. So we're just cutting our squares here. Okay. So that time I went down to 3.5. So we've got 4.5 for 3.5. And I already went ahead, so that you don't have to watch me cutting them all, and made some smaller squares. So we've got 3, they go down a little bit each row that I did, all the way down to, this one is about 2 by 2. So that's about the smallest you'd want for your top layer. So we started at 4.5 and we went down to about 2 inches square. So now I'm going to show you how to attach your squares here. So let us know.
Thanks for sharing it, Emily.
Oh, thank you. We love you guys. And thank you for tuning in. If you missed it at the beginning, I'm Lisa, and I'm the creative over at Recreated Designs. So I do a lot of Scandinavian projects and rustic inspired projects. So this is one that's over on the blog. Okay, so to make the slits, we want the paper to grab on the little twig as we feed them on. So you can punch a hole in the middle, but the problem with punching a hole is they kind of all tend to fall. So what you do, you're gonna loosely fold it corner to corner into a triangle. And I'm gonna take my scissors and cut up just about like 1/2 inch. I'll see if you can see it there.
Thanks, Jewel. We appreciate the share. You too, Mary.
Thank you. So I've got my 1/2 inch right there, and then I'm going to fold it the opposite direction. Again, just kind of loosely folded. I'm not pressing it, and I'm just going to cut the opposite way, about 1/2 inch. So it creates a little X in the middle. Okay. Actually, I ended up folding it the same way. I'm just going to do this. So you can see there, and I'll show you on the back of one. It's a little easier to see. So you've got that little X in the middle. Okay. So I'm just going to cut up the rest of these here. And this doesn't have to be exact by any means. Don't worry about being too perfect, because we just want this to be kind of a whimsical little paper tree. So just bear with me a minute here, and I'll cut the rest of these. We'd love it too, while I'm doing this, just hang out a minute. If you have a friend that would like this project, feel free to tag them in it, and then they'll see.
Hey, thanks, Marita.
And two, we'd still love to know what colors you love to decorate with at Christmas, or if you have a theme that you like at Christmas, we'd love to know that. And yeah, any questions you have too, be sure to leave those, and Brad's pretty good about letting us know if you have any questions. Okay, so I'm just folding that over again and making my slit. So I have all my papers cut here. They are cut out, and I've got these little slits in the middle of them. You need about 50 squares of this or so, and for my tree I started at 4.5 inches, which is the biggest one squared, and it went down to about 2 inches squared. Okay, and this is a really thick wrapping paper, so I'm going to be able to use, you're going to need more squares. So before we start sliding these on, you really want to crumple up your paper. So I'm just going to go around here, crumple it up, and this is what's going to give our tree some texture as we're building it. And this is where someone before, sorry, I forgot who said it, said that you could use fabric, and you could, you just wouldn't be able to get this texture that's going to build up our tree here. So as you're sliding them down, you want to turn them. So you don't want to stack them all on top of each other. I'll just let Brad show that there while I keep working. So you just want to give them a little crumple, put them down, and just keep rotating them so they're not directly on top of the one below them. And you can crumple up a bunch at a time. This is really fun. You could even have a kid do this part. You wouldn't necessarily want them to cut them out with a knife, but you could have them stack or help you stack. Let us know too where you'd put your tree. If you made a little Christmas tree, where you'd put it.
Somebody thinks maybe tin foil would look good here too.
Oh, that's interesting. That would be really kind of cool.
Dean, you should. You should definitely attempt this.
This is really, it's so cute when it's done, and it's really not a hard project. So anybody that, if you don't think that you can craft or you can do complicated projects, this is really a great one.
We're using a, what is that, a piece of a tree
the
stump?
bottom is just a leftover piece of branch. I make wood slice ornaments, so that's the end that I couldn't cut. So I saved those to make these trees at Christmas.
Thanks, Renee. We appreciate you.
So again, I'm just crumpling and stacking my paper. And you can make this as full or as tall as you want. I'll show you a couple later that I finished, and you'll see one is quite a bit taller than the other. So you can really make this whatever suits your style.
And guys, if you can't sit here to like wait for the end result, or you need to go or whatever, just like save the video and come back and see the end result later. It's
absolutely.
It's gonna be here.
It will be on Hometalk, and if you miss any of the directions ever, all the projects are over on Hometalk, the website, and there's usually a link right in the live video so that you can connect, and all of the instructions are there too. So don't worry if you miss something, you'll always be able to find it. So I am just crumpling, and again, just this step takes just a minute here, so just bear with us. But feel free to leave us your comments, and Brad can read some of those out for us about where you would put your little tree.
Do you put a topper on? Yeah.
We do, yeah. Yeah, we're
bow,
going
right?
to.
Is it a bow?
We're gonna put something on here in a few minutes. So you can see as I'm going up here, and I'm not using all the squares I cut out because it's pretty full, and I used a pretty short stick this time. But you can see it's filling in really nicely. And that's where the paper really gives it that depth to fill in. Whereas if you were using something like fabric, it might not crinkle, but you could definitely make one. You just have to use more squares.
Do you think 8 of each size would be good?
Yeah, 8 of each size is about what you need.
All right, perfect.
But again, you can just kind of play as you go and see how full you like this. Now I could crumple these down further if I wanted them closer.
Did you mix the sizes?
I did not. I'm going up.
Okay, so from the biggest to the smallest?
Yeah, biggest to smallest. And if it looks like I mixed them, it just could be the way the paper's crumpled. Yeah.
The link will be here when the video's done, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably Abby's probably watching down at Hometalk, and she will make sure that the link is there to the project if you miss anything. So you can see I'm just pulling out as I go up. Because I used a shorter stick here, I'm going to not use all the squares I cut here, or I pre-cut a bunch of them in case we needed them. So let us know, like, what wrapping paper would you use? I found this gorgeous vintage style wrapping paper, and it was just beautiful. And the one that I showed you at the beginning too, the one with the little cats, that was the same paper company, and it was really pretty.
You could definitely add some lights to this. I mean, you could do anything to it.
Oh, that would be so cute. Whoever suggested that, thank you. That would look adorable. Some of those little battery pack lights.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
So they say put some foil paper and then add the lights.
Awesome. I love that. Okay, so you can see I'm finishing up with my little top ones here.
And Danae, yeah, it's 4.5 at the bottom, 4 in the middle, 3.5 at the top.
Yeah, and it keeps going up to these smallest ones are about 2 inches. Now, if you want your tree to be higher, you can just use more of each size, or you can start even bigger if you want a bigger tree and kind of a fuller tree. I like mine to be pretty thin and skinny like this, so I don't start too big at the bottom.
What's next thing?
Okay. So to finish off our tree, we are going to take some ribbon, and I have this really pretty ribbon. Whoops.
Oh yeah, what's your page where you show how to do this?
My blog is Recreated Designs. You can find this project there. You can also find it over on the Hometalk website if you search Recreated Designs, or there should be a link within this post too that shows you how to get directly there. Cool. So I'm going to take this ribbon, and it's perfect for this paper because it's got this little gold touch to it.
Oh, good idea, Sky. Wrap the base in burlap.
Oh, cute. That's a cute idea too.
This tree could be coming along, honestly.
There
Get
we
some lights
go.
on here.
You could go all out and fancy. This is perfect for somebody with a little space too, like an apartment or a condo, and you don't want a really big tree. So all I'm doing with this kind of vintage style ribbon that I have here is just making a bow, and I'm going to turn it around here. So if you missed it, we put a twig in the middle and on a stump, and we just made our paper squares up. So I'm going to trim my ends here. And again, your ribbon can be as short or as long as you want.
Oh, true. And now people got the idea with like some faux gifts, you know?
Oh,
like
cute.
Some fake ones
that would be
around
cute to
like
put
the
some
burlap
little,
there. Yeah.
That would be cute. Like at Michael's, you can get those little packages and stuff.
Yeah,
that would be
funny.
cute. So we are going to attach our bow to the top here. And I want these kind of long enough that they're really kind of draped down the tree, but not too long or too short. So just going to put some hot glue on. And while I do this...
Where can you find a base to use? Just cut down a tree?
Yeah, you can cut down a branch. If you can't find one, usually even if you go out in the forest, there are a bunch that usually have fallen off of trees, so you can do that. If you have a friend that has a fireplace or something like that, lots of times they'll have little wood pieces. You can also try Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Sometimes they have pre-cut wood exactly for this, for crafts. So, all right, so I've got that on there. And I wanted to just show you before we're done here a couple other ones that I made, just so that you can see the difference, how different they look with shapes and height. So here's one.
The stick was secured to the stump using glue. This glue.
Yes. So we used some wood glue, and it's just Gorilla Wood glue, after we drilled a hole in the stump, and that just made sure that the...
Here's the difference.
Yeah.
In case you want like a longer branch. You can make it
there's
taller.
One. Yeah, that's really tall. And this was that little cat paper that I showed you. I'll show you here. So this green tree started with this paper. So you can see how cute it is. You really can't even see the cats, but you can see how pretty it is with the green. So, yeah. So there's our little paper tree. And like I said, it's really easy, and it's so cute for a mantle or a bathroom, something like that. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love it if you'd share the video. Again, I'm Lisa from Recreated Designs, and I will be back every Wednesday at 3 o'clock in December, and each week I'll have another kind of vintage or paper project for you. And next week, next week's not paper, we're going to be making a twig star. So we're going to use twigs from outside, some twine, and we're going to make a really cool star that you can put outside or inside. So I'll see you back here next week, Wednesday at 3, and have a wonderful day.
Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
guys.